Y'all think we live? We should be live. Let me check my phone. Okay, yeah, we live. We live. So yeah, I just wanted to briefly do a class on procrastination. Just something that's been on my mind heavy. Dealing with I am a little under the weather. And dealing with the things that might have led to that. When you get sick, you start thinking about some of the things that have led to that. And some of the things you could have took care of that you should have took care of, but you didn't take care of it, and you put it off and you put it off. And the things we just do, even spiritually, putting off things we know we need to be doing spiritually. Um, to heal ourselves spiritually, to strengthen ourselves spiritually. And we put these things off, we put them off, we put them off. Why do we do that? What's the point in that? How do we fix this? And the first thing is to really address it. So, first and foremost, want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabbat and salute all the brethren out there, what I'm saying, on highways and byways, bidding our folks to the marriage, ushering these folks into the truth, ushering these folks into the gospel, which is the death, burial, resurrection of the Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. And bringing our people back to Christ, man, bringing our people back to the Father. Um, so yeah, just dealing with the procrastination. I want to start with first I just give y'all a dialogue first on me. Like a lot of times when I do teach, I really deal with myself for the most part, but it was this I was having these issues, and I'm gonna be drinking periodically through this because like I say I'm coming over about 50%, I'm saying, dealing with this sickness that I'm telling my body was cold. Some points it'd be freezing cold. It'd be like 78 in the house, but I'm like freezing, shivering. And then when I put on a blanket, I'm like 100 degrees, like it just feel like I'm cooking. But then I was like comfortable in the cooking environment. Weak, exhausted. But I'm saying, all praise, I'm 50. I'm saying, I'm getting back day by day, man. Just need rest. Rest and prayer. So y'all, pray for Brother Phineas, man. And got also another sister, man, Sister Shayla. Y'all keep us in prayers. We overcome these things. Especially, these weather changes and other things. And it's just taking care of our health, man. Just being aware that we gotta take better care of ourselves and what we're putting in our bodies, and what we're meditating, the things that we're meditating on. But I had this issue with my phone, man, for a few months now, where I just got used to having to just put on headphones. I would just have to wear headphones. If somebody called me, I had to, I answer the phone. I had to tell them, hold up, let me go get my headphones because I couldn't hear out of the phone, or the speakers weren't not working on the phone. The speakers were not working also. Um, Shalom, all praises, brother. Good to see you, Howard. All praises, man. It's been a minute, brother. Um, so yeah, I was talking about this cell phone. So it ended up, long story short, um, I couldn't get sound out of it. I'm thinking, okay, man, I'm just gonna tough it out until I get a new phone. You know what I'm saying? The new iPhone 14 come out. It got to be around the corner somewhere. And instead of just fixing the phone, and I talked to a brother about it because he couldn't understand me. And my headphones were dead at the time, so I'm trying to fight through and hear him on the speakerphone I'm yelling on the speakerphone like this, and he still can't really hear me. And it's really the problem was I just needed to get the dust off the speakers. It was a simple problem. It was a 30-second solution that cost me about 3-4 months of problems. I ain't gonna say it was, just little jabs, little thorns. It wasn't a big thorn, just a little thorn, just drawing a little blood out. And a lot of times when it's that light, we kind of brush those things off and don't go ahead and take care of it. So that 30 minutes, I just took some air spray and which I had tons of the air spray because I needed for the embroidery business. I have tons of it lying around. It didn't take really 30 seconds, man, for me to just blow the phone, blow the speakers out, and get that dust off of there. And it was running like it was brand new. But uh because I procrastinated, because I didn't want to do any of that, I didn't really want to deal with that. I just wanted to just go skip to going to get a new phone. Um I caused myself a lot of little anguish that wasn't necessary. You know what I'm saying? I put myself through something that really wasn't necessary if I just would have went on ahead and took care of the job. I'm gonna give y'all another example. It's a TV, but the TV in the kitchen went out, and that's where a lot of us sit down and eat. A lot of us sit down and eat. Well, all of us, we sit down and eat, watch TV. All right. Um, TV went out. I'm like, hey man, I got a 50 inch in the storage. Bring it in, man. We'll change that TV out. Put a bigger TV, better TV up there. The TV been sitting on the floor in the living room for about 2 months now. And instead of us eating in the kitchen, the eating area now has shifted to the living room because, of course, the TV still doesn't work. Nobody's pulled it down, and it's even to myself. So I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna go and probably Sunday, Monday. I gotta go take that TV down and put a TV up. Like we just letting the TV sit there, or not, just put it back in the storage. But um why do we procrastinate? And when we procrastinate, we start shifting our lives. We let these little small things shift our lives. Where now I'm talking on the phone with headphones. I gotta have these headphones all the time instead of taking care of the issue. And we do these things with sin, with little minor sin that we're dealing with. We adjust our lives. You know what I'm saying? We stop hanging around certain people. We stop watching certain organizations. We don't want correction. We don't want nobody to tell us anything. um we just go through certain things, man, when we put ourselves through unnecessary things with procrastination. Procrastination is dangerous, and it shows a lack of the fruits of the spirit, and we're gonna get into that also. It shows a lack of the fruits of the spirit. Matter of fact, we just go ahead and go to that. In Ephesians 5. Let me see if I can share my screen. Ephesians 5 in I got blue letter up here. No. We're gonna go to Ephesians 5 and 15. Uh Okay, we got it. Ephesians 5. Well, I said 15. Well, I really just need the whole chapter. I'll bear with us, man. We still trying to figure this stream yard out. We should have been on this thing, but you know how it is. Um Ephesians 5:15, it says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time. And that redeeming the time, we understanding the time, being watchful for the time, man, not wasting the time, understanding that we don't have much time left, especially when we dealing with spiritual things, man. You don't know the time, you don't know the hour. You can't be procrastinating. You can't make not haste, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be turning to the Lord, man. Because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And be not drunk with wine wherein in excess, but be filled with the Spirit. Um, Speaking to yourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord, giving thanks always for all things to God and the Father in the name of our Lord, the Hamashiach Yahweh. And we don't want to do that either. We don't want to sing no songs, man. We want to rap all day long, man. We got a million rap Israelite albums, man. Jokers do not want to come together and sing no hymn and sing no song to the Lord. I don't know if you're scared they're gonna break out and tell you. So you may need that. That may be one of the issues too with Israel, man. We just be, we want boots on the ground and be so tough, and we got a lot of stuff that we've dealt with, man, that we have bottled up emotionally that we haven't released, man. That we haven't released. And a lot of that release comes from songs, man. It comes from hymns. Where we can cry out unto the Lord, man. And that'll probably be the only way we'll do it. Brothers just ain't finna just sit down and sometimes when they get along. I done had them car rides, man, just being grateful for the Father, man. Let's look at Ecclesiastes. um let's look at Ecclesiastes 11:4. It says, he that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the cloud shall not reap. All right. He that observeth the wind. And see, that's what happens is we look for perfect conditions. A lot of us look for perfect conditions to come back to the Lord, man. We look for perfect conditions, man. It ain't gonna be no perfect conditions. It's gonna always be some trials. You gotta just get things done, man. Even with me being, being sick, man, and being torn down, man, pretty much these last 2 weeks, man. I still had to get these orders out, man. Folks don't care. Folks don't care about nothing what you going through, man. They still want you to get these orders out, man. And especially when folks have certain deadlines, like in this business, if you doing t-shirts for a funeral or home going, them they gotta be there on that day. You can't ain't no okay, well give me a few more days. No, it gotta be done that day because they having a funeral or they having a wedding or they having the certain event. So you gotta get it done on those particular times, man. But um those who are looking for the perfect conditions, they never gonna do it, man. It's always gonna be too hot. It's always gonna be too cold. It's always gonna be it's rain. The rain is too heavy. And so they'll never end up sowing. Watch what happens to them. Verse 4 it says, and he that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap. As thou knowest not what is the way of, and as thou knowest not what is the way of the spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child. Even so, thou knowest not the works of God, who maketh all. That's also a precept for that, Isaiah 55:8. Just knowing that his ways are not our ways, and we can't understand his ways. Is not for us to really understand his ways. He's playing on a different chessboard. You know what I'm saying? He got a whole different. His chessboard is multi-dimensional, and he's moving all of these pieces. He's controlling all of the pieces. You know what I'm saying? And so we just have to understand that. We may not understand. You're not gonna understand that, why he did that to that, and how he's still gonna accept this or this if he did that, and then if that person did that, and that, like, you're not gonna understand all of the plays and all of the moves that he's making, but you need to understand that it is him making all the moves. In the morning sow thy seed, and in the evening withhold not thy hand, for thou knowest not whether shall prosper either this or that, or whether they both shall be alike where they both shall be alike good. So you got to plant your, you know what I'm saying, you got to plant your seed, man. You got to in the morning, you got to go ahead and do what you got to do, man. If you got to get up, you got to go to work. You got to go to work, man. You got to go take care of these situations, because a little, you know when, if you got a roof leak, if it's raining and you got a roof leak, um and it's different when you don't have the money. It's some things you can't fix, what I'm saying, because you don't have the money to fix. Your car may be in a situation and you just don't have the money to fix the car. But there are times, man, when we get complacent, man, when we do have the money to get the new tires, man. The tire light been on. The tire light is the flat tire light has been on the side of your car for weeks, and you still ain't pulled over the quick trip and got you some free air. The air free. And he still ain't pulled over. And then your coworkers done told you 2-3 times, hey, man, that left tire looking a little flat, man. When you gonna go out there and get that thing taken care of, and we just throw that thing off to the side, man. But if you got a leak in the roof, that thing is going to continue to get worse and worse. You just can't. You could try to patch it up, but even that, if that fixes it, that fixes it. But if you just leave it there, man, it's not just going to go away. A lot of times we just be wanting these things just to magically go away, like that didn't magically just that happened. But maybe it was a one-time thing. Nah, man, it's other stuff just causing corrosion and breaking down other things, inviting insects and termites and ants in there to start eating at your house. And it can become very problematic if we don't address these things. But a lot of times we don't want to deal with stuff until it becomes where we have to deal with it. We don't want to deal with our health until it becomes a point where we have to deal with it. Where we're in the emergency room, where we feel like, oh man, I feel so bad. We don't even appreciate good health until it's taken away from us. We don't appreciate having a voice to be able to sing, or having a voice to be able to teach, until that voice is taken away from us. What I'm saying? In our afflictions, that Hosea 5:15, our afflictions will seek him early. And sometimes that procrastination causes the afflictions. What I'm saying? Sometimes it can be in the spirit also, but you don't have to go through that, man. We gotta be addressing these things. We gotta be aware of these things. That's all I'm trying to do today, is just bring some awareness to the procrastination that we can be doing, man. Even myself. I'm gonna say I'm doing a lesson, because I've seen it in myself. I've been seeing myself procrastinating. And like I was saying, like, that that's not dealing with the fruits. I'm gonna go back to that well, I'm gonna go to Galatians and just talk about that fruits, and then a few more precepts. I want to talk about some other stuff too, about these how we raising these kids, man. Galatians chapter 5. Shalakia, y'all. Bear with me. Shalakia chapter 5, it says, but the fruit of the spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And that temperance kind of goes into self-control. Let's see if I can get that thing to do right. See if we can get them. Okay. Yeah, see that temperance? It deals with self-control, virtue of one who masters his desires and passions. And procrastination is a problem with self-control. You're supposed to be doing something, and you're not doing it, or you told yourself you was gonna do it and you're not doing it. Um, it's an issue of self-control. And so we have to build ourselves up. We have to get more temperance. We need more fruits of the spirit. We have to be displaying self-control, discipline. All right, being able to, and this is why fasting is important. Also, that's why I've been learning too. That why I gained so much weight. being now, I done fasted 2, 3 days, not on purpose, but just and then your stomach shrinking. And I was knocking down 4 piece fried, man. I was knocking down 4 piece at KFC, man. 4 piece at these, I need a 15 piece wing, combo. Like that 12, the 12 and the 10 really wasn't doing it. But is that a normal helping, man? Is you supposed to be eating, knocking down 4 pieces of chicken like that? And I don't, now that my stomach is shrunk, now I can't eat. I can't eat like that. I can barely eat half of what I was eating before. And that's because it has it, and that's why fasting is important also, for health reasons, definitely for spiritual reasons, so you can empty yourself, um and it gives you a better antenna. All right, it gives you a better antenna. I do a lesson on fasting. We started implementing that, um with the Maccabees revolt. um Actually, tomorrow we fasting tomorrow. um but in that, this spiritual benefits, it gives you a clearer antenna. And also you emptying yourself, man. It just lets all those toxins and stuff get up out of your body, and gives your stomach some time to rest, and your body to heal other ailments and rest, man. We need a lot of rest. That was another one of my issues also, is just not getting enough sleep, proper sleep. So these things are very, very important. But that fruits of the spirit, that self-discipline. And if we don't have self-discipline, if we can't do what we tell ourselves we gonna do, if we lying to ourselves, we definitely gonna be lying to the Father. We definitely gonna be lying to God. Uh I said, give you a few more precepts, y'all. I can go all day. We can good, y'all, with this thing, but I ain't gonna be here like that. And y'all willing, I'm gonna do a few other videos that I want to do. I just didn't want to do them on live. I do them and then put a little edit on them. Says James 4:17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth not, to him is a sin. It's not directly correlating, to procrastination, but man, you know what you're supposed to be doing. All right, you procrastinating may not be a sin. You waiting to put that TV up may not be. No, that's not a sin. But you're supposed to be doing that, man. You got to be doing that thing, man. Go ahead and take care of these things around the house, man. You ain't took your wife out in a good minute. Go on, take your wife. It's just certain things you've been procrastinating on doing, man. Go ahead and take care of those things, and it'll give you a dopamine release, man. Once you start taking care of these certain activities, taking care of certain things, doing certain things, it'll give you that release that you need, um to stimulate some kind of joy in completing those tasks, on finally doing those things. Take care of that yard, man. That yard been looking crazy. That backyard been looking all kind of crazy. You done took care of the front, but you scared to go back there in that back, man. Go on, hit that backyard, man. Take care of that thing. Get that thing over with, man. And then you can come in, man. Have you some refreshments, man. You know, and cheers to that thing, man. And get a dopamine release. Plus, you got your yard looking decent, man. Um, I want to switch over though. I want to switch over to Let me stop sharing. Let me go back. I want to switch over to dealing with these sisters, man. I want to show this clip here. It's a video here I want to show y'all, man. And matter of fact, I got a couple videos that I'm trying to show y'all. Y'all bear with me. Well, yeah. Well, I'm just gonna do this. Then, like I said, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do a few other videos. Y'all willing? I come back, man, and what I'm saying, get some medicine in me, because I probably can't do too. The longer I talk, probably the more coughing gonna end up starting up. So let me do like a 30, 40 minutes, and then we'll be back. And I do some of this stuff that some of these other problems I done seen doctrinally. Um amongst Israel. But this right here is just gonna be very, very disheartening watching this. Let me see if I can share
Group
this
of eighth
with
grade
y'all.
girls, and I asked them to tell me what their goals were. This one particular young lady said that she wanted to have 2 kids. So I said, "So are you going to have a husband?" And she said, "Nope." And I said, "Please tell me why you would choose in the eighth grade to have a goal of having 2 kids and not be married." She said, "Because if I'm married to him, I can't collect child support."
God, I could say a mouthful.
Come on now, where she get that from? What we teaching our children, man? What are we teaching these kids? Where did she get that from? She said, "I want to grow up and have 2 kids." See, the teacher asked her, "Well, are you gonna be married?" She's like, "Nah, if I get married, I can't put them on child support. I can't live my best life if I get married to him." And so, what are we teaching these kids? How far are we gonna get from the text before? Like, like, man, like, they don't even want to be princess. They don't even want no dream wedding no more, man. They like, they done toss that out. All they want to deal with is a man who gonna, throw them a check. You have a baby by him, you got a check for the rest of your life, and you got a way out of this thing. Let me show you another video. And it's a lot of them that think like that, man. It's a lot of these kids that's in those situations who who's overhearing. They're in these conversations. See, that's the thing too about not having two parents in the household, man. It's hard to keep those kids out of those conversations. It's hard to keep kids out of adult conversations when there's only one adult in the house. And you kid be all in grown folk business, man. Just trying to jump in the middle of the conversation. I had to check my niece and nephew all the time on that, man. This is grown folk conversation. You need to chill out. Jamming. Now, where she get that from? Come on now. Come on now. Where she get that from? She's learning this stuff because that's all she's seeing in the house. That baby ain't seeing nothing but her mama on the phone, picking the phone up, dancing in front of her. And it starts, it can start with these little TikTok dances. Man, I take my niece somewhere, man. We go in the grocery store, man. She got to put that phone down in the grocery store on top of the darn the canned vegetables and start doing some little stupid dance, man. And it start with that, and then once they grow up, it'll end up translating into a OnlyFans, man. And you say, why? Well, why won't it be an OnlyFans, man? Why would it be an OnlyFans? Why gotta be that, man? What that chick, Bad Barbie? What her name? Me Catch Me Outside. So she made 50 million. Said she made 50 million, man. She made 50 million last year on OnlyFans. And this kind of just building these kids up to get into porn, man. Just like the dance teams and all that the little twerk. I think they had to take Netflix had to take a video down because it had like, it was pretty much child pornography. I seen that on Netflix. Like they'll put it up there. Like child pornography, man. Little kids kissing. What is this? What's happening to this place, man? And how are we so susceptible to the ways of this world? That's why you can't be conformed. Hold on. That's why you can't be conformed to the ways of this world, man. You can't be conformed to the ways of this world. All right. You got to be renewed. Let me go and pull that real quick and pull a couple of precepts on this, and then we'll close out. And well, I give you the Romans 12. Do we need the Romans 12? I give you Romans 12. You the Romans 12. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that too deals with, the procrastination too, man, because, I was talking to, Eleazar, man, brother Eleazar, man, and, I was talking about, when you do get sick, um, you lose a taste for a lot of things. It's things that you used to, even smoking. You could lose a taste for smoking. You can lose a taste for alcohol. The alcohol don't taste the same. The cigarettes don't taste the same. And your body has purged itself. It's not really yearning those things no more. The flesh isn't really yearning those things no more, but the heart. But that heart, that inner man is still like, yeah, man, you remember. Do you remember how relaxing that was, man? You remember how you used to turn up, man? Jokers be thinking that the weed gon' it'll help them, it's gonna help them heal their lungs. Like it's gonna help the mucus. They be thinking the weed gonna break down the mucus in their lungs. I'm about to get off here soon, cause I can tell my throat's starting to itch. Um, what I was dealing with, but yeah, no, the sickness. See, my mind went into the affliction a little bit and lost whole contract. And you can't don't let the affliction don't let the affliction take you off the bat. But um, yeah, because our mind isn't renewed, and brother Yakanan always bring out a great lesson too, man, about when you being renewed, when that baby's being born, it got to come out head first. And so that mind has to change. That mind has to change first, for you to change. And so even though you don't went through this sickness, your body done purged itself, until you really, till that mindset has changed, until that mind has been renewed, um then it's just not, you're gonna run back to the vomit. You're gonna run back to the mud and waddle in it, and your sins and your iniquities, because you remember how it tasted. Even though it don't taste the same now, you remember how it used to taste, and eventually you keep smoking it, it'll get back to that. You keep drinking it, it'll get back to that. I remember trying to do it, man. I remember being sick when I was in the world, being sick, and I would still try to drink the Coke 45. I have them lined up, man, where I done drunk maybe the neck part of it, and I couldn't drink because it didn't taste right. Didn't taste right. The Black and Miles did not taste right. It didn't taste right. The weed, it wasn't helping. It just tastes like chalk, and the body really didn't want it. The flesh didn't want that. I was coughing all kind of crazy trying to bring that stuff down, but my mind did. My mind, my psyche, my inner man, he still wanted it. So we got to understand where that battle really lies. Lies with the mind, and that's what we doing. That's what we doing too, man. With these kids, man. Um, let's go to Lamentations 4, and it is one of them precepts that we always bring out too when when we see our sisters, especially when we seeing sisters leading other sisters, because the godly woman, man, we got to go through all of that. All right, Lamentations 4:1. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious stones of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter? Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. The tongue of the sucking child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst. The young children ask bread, and no man breaketh it unto them. They that feed delicately are desolate in the streets. They they that were brought up in the scarlet embrace dunghills. And then just dealing with even the sea monster bringeth out their breast for their children. No matter how hideous a monster is, I was just watching some crazy movie. Um, yeah, he's just trying to take the monster was killing everybody, but it was just trying to take care of his young. But even the sea monster bring out his breast to give his child suckling, to try to make a way for his child that's productive, um to give the child a high survival rates. Hold on, y'all. I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, let me see if y'all can see this. Y'all may can see this, y'all may not be able to see it, but this too, I want to talk about that too. See that? You got the child covered in tattoos. And not to be fair to the sister that did it, Esau doing it too. But we take on those things, man. We take on those things that Esau do, man. We take it on, and we elevate them, man. We get even more abominable than them. We get even more abominable, man. And so we not taking care of our kids. We're not making sure that our kids have, because we trying to be entertainers, man. Because we're trying to be trendy, and we're not coming back to just as the Lord. We're not giving our kids a high survival rate out here, man. When you doing stuff like that, when you're embracing yourself into what they call black culture, because black culture is deaf. Really, it's a deaf culture. You're OG at 24. If you make it to 24, you was a OG in black culture, man. Black culture is horrorism. It's murder. Okay, it's drugs. All right, it's gang affiliations. Um, yeah, black culture is pretty much suicidal. It's self destruction, and you don't want to be embracing that. And this is why it's so good. It's good for you to understand your heritage, understand, so you're not influenced by a culture that's trendy, that's forever changing, and then that's leading you into pedophilia, leading you into homosexuality, especially like with examples of Dwayne Wade, and how he's raising his family, and now this becoming some monarch or some great example of how you supposed to be raising your kids, man. You got gag rail everywhere, and I don't know what that child name is, but it would have been child abuse a few years ago. I mean, a few decades ago. It could have been child abuse, and I'm talking about these kids so confused now. The kid was It said Dwayne Wade's son is trying to be a woman, and was kissing a girl that was trying to be a man. Man, they're like they got so gay they back straight. They back straight gay. I don't know, man. But it's confusion. That's all they're trying to do. As long as they keep you confused, they can keep you docile. You know what I'm saying? If a deer is confused when the headlights come, then it's gonna get hit. It's gonna get hit by the train, man. You're not gonna see what's coming. And like I say, y'all, your pastors are dumb dogs, man. They not telling you. Let's go to Isaiah 49. And they leaving you in the this is like the ostrich leaving you in the field, leaving you in the wilderness, man. Because everything can come out that thing, man. Isaiah 49:15. Can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yea, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. All right, they may forget, but the Most High will not forget us. He sees what's going on, understanding that these things are going to continue to wax worse and worse. They can forget, but the Most High is not going to forget us. All right, He's not going to forget us. So long as this world continuing to get more and more wicked, um, he'll still be dealing with us. And so that's pretty much it, y'all. You know, I'm gonna come back and do a few lessons. I want to chop them up and then maybe put some on some things that I seen that were problematic with brothers teaching. We just get some correction with that. And then I'm back on these apologists, man. Back on these apologists and some of the things that they've been preparing us for them, because they have revamped. And if you have not updated your precept packet, you will get caught out here slipping. You will get caught out here slipping with these folks, because they know what angles not to come in. They know your precept back. They know the precept back. They know what angles to come at you with and what angles not to deal with you with. And so we have to stay continuing updated, man. Continuing to sharpen our sword, man. Appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. Until next time, y'all, shalom. Hope this thing was edifying to the body. Y'all be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your Shabbat.